大家好，欢迎来到 Mandarin Q&A 的时间。大家今天过得怎么样呢？很开心，今天又可以和大家一起聊聊中文。Today's question comes from one of you. It is about the daily Mandarin episode, 一点, which means a little. The viewer asked, is it valid to use this word without an object? Say you are describing a romantic movie. 我哭了一点. Does that work? Yes, 一点 can definitely be used without an object when the meaning is clear from the context. But this particular sentence, 我哭了一点, sounds slightly off to me as a native Mandarin speaker. I would be much more likely to say, 我哭了一下. So this brings us to an interesting question. What's the difference between 一点 and 一下? So today, let's talk about it. Let's start with 一点. A simple way to think about 一点 is a small amount or degree. It can describe how much of something there is, or how much of a quality or feeling there is. For example, 我喝一点水. I drink a little water. Here, 一点 describes the amount of water. And here's another example. 我去买一点东西. I'm going to buy a few things, or I'm going shopping. Again, 一点 is describing the amount. Now, 一点 can also describe a degree. For example, 我有一点累. I'm a little tired. Here, 一点 describes how tired I am. It's a feeling. And another example. 今天冷了一点. Today is a little colder. So, a simple way to think about 一点 is when it is describing an amount, it is about a little of something. When it is describing a degree, it is a little bit of a quality or feeling. Now, let's look at 一下. A simple way to think about 一下 is for a brief moment or for a little while. It usually goes with an action and tells us that the action happens briefly. For example, 我哭了一下. I cried for a little while. Here, we're talking about how long the action lasted. Another example, 等我一下. Wait for me for a moment. Here, we are talking about doing the action for a brief moment. 看一下. Take a quick look. Here, 一下 makes the action brief and casual. 试一下. Give it a try. Here, 一下 makes the action brief and casual. And notice something interesting? In 看一下 and 试一下, we are not necessarily talking about measuring an exact amount of time. 一下 can make an action sound brief, light, or casual. So you can think of it as 一下 describes a brief action or moment. So here's an easy way to remember the difference. 一点 describes how much. 一下 describes how long or how briefly. 一点 focuses on amount or degree. 一下 focuses on a brief action or moment. And remember, 一点 can appear in front of an object. It absolutely can when the meaning is clear from context. It's really about what you're trying to describe. And if you'd like to learn more about how to use 一点, especially when it comes before an object, you can click on the top right corner of the screen. That will take you to my 一点 episode, where I explained it in more detail. I hope this helps you understand the difference between 一点 and 一下 a little more clearly. I've also prepared a little quiz in the YouTube description for you to try after this video. If you get them correctly, congratulations! You're getting a little more comfortable with these small but important Mandarin words. And if you like, I'd love to read your sentences using 一点 or 一下 leave it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep exploring Mandarin together, one question at a time. 谢谢大家，加油加油，下次见喽！